Your little brother never tells you, but he loves you so. You said your mother only smiled on her TV show. You're only happy when your sorry head is filled with dope. I hope you make it to the day you're 28 years old. You're dripping like a saturated sunrise. You're spilling like an overflowing sink. You ripped at every edge, but you're a masterpiece. And now you're tearing through the pages and the ink. Everything is blue. Her pills, her hands, her jeans. And now I'm covered in the colors, pulled apart at the seams. It makes blue.
What's up, everyone? Hookah Chef back here, and today well, first off, I want to say Happy Easter to everyone, or I guess April Fools to everyone else. I hit the table, sorry about that. Yeah, so today I have a brand new review over the brand new introduced HELYX bowl from Mason Shishaware. I'm sure most of you know it's Big Brother, the Onyx bowl. This is my blue steel bowl, you know, Zoolander. And if you can tell, the HELYX is kind of like its little brother. But this thing is honestly just fantastic. It smokes like a champ, but it does hold a little more tobacco than the Onyx does. This holds anywhere from 17 to 23 grams at a very dense Tangiers pack. So, I guess I'm just going to go over a few things about this bowl first, before I show you how I pack it. And, yeah. So I'm not exactly sure what color this is. I was offered to, you know, buy a bowl early to get a chance to test it out before I did a review. So hopefully when he, Nino from Mason, released the HELYX, I would be able to put out a review. So this is going to be that review. But just the color is absolutely stunning. If you look at the close-ups and everything that I just did, the color is just crazy blues and greens, a little bit of brown. But yeah, so I want to talk about a few little things. So you can see it has sort of a rook-designed spire. The thing about this spire is it's got a little indentation right here, and it's where it kind of flares out. And what that does, it helps keep the juices inside of the bowl itself instead of dripping down and going into your water. Next thing I want to talk about is the bottom. If you can see the bottom, it's got all these really nice designs on it. It's just something artistic. But probably the best thing about it is on the inside of the bowl port itself, it's actually ribbed, you know, for your pleasure of not dropping the bowl off of your hookah. And well, I got my Regal right beside me because, well, for one, that's what I'm going to use today. And it is full of water. I'm holding the bowl. How many people trust their bowl to do that? Or the bowl grommet, I guess I should say as well. But, yeah. And just so you believe me that it's full of water. See? Full of water. But, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get some tobacco and show you how I like to pack this thing. And I will be back. Alright, so I'm back. I went ahead and made a little bit of a mix. I just have some Morning Glory and some Death by Ice, both from Trifecta. And, yeah. Guess I should go ahead and start packing of the HELYX. I'm kind of using a fork right now just because I don't want to get my hands dirty. You know, just in case I got to point anything out. But I'll probably end up using my my fingertips anyways. So I'm just going at a kind of semi-dense right now. So this is probably going to be around 17 grams of tobacco. Be quiet, Whiskey. My dogs hear the neighbor kids running around getting Easter eggs and whatnot. Okay, so as you can see, I have it packed right up to the rim. I'm going to pack it down just slightly because I found that this bowl holds heat so well. If you pack it up a little too high, it does burn. So this whole... sorry about that. But with how thick these walls are on this, you could probably pack it all the way down to the bottom and still smoke. Alright. Cleaning off a little bit. Take a look at this paper towel. edges, get it ready. Alright, so you see I have just the smallest little bit of a gap. So I personally tend to pack this just a slightly bit higher than I would in, say, a normal bowl. But this one I pack it just a little bit higher, but not all the way up to the rim. If I pack it up to the rim, it burns. If I pack it just below the rim, it's almost perfect. So that's kind of where I pack most of my tobacco. Tangiers, Trifecta, Ugly, Zomo, a little bit of everything. So the cool thing about this bowl is, compared to its big brother, is you can see this one has a lip around here. It's meant for HMDs, but the thing about that is it can be used with foil. I personally don't like to use it with foil as much, just because of the fact that when I use foil, I like to use the Provost, and the Provost is a lot smaller than the diameter of that. So this is actually meant for foil, but can also be used for heat management devices. So I'm actually going to be using foil today along with the Provost, and probably going to go with 2 cubes. Don't know which ones I'm going to use yet, but I'll let you know. I'll probably use the Cocoa Bricko. But yep, so I'm going to go ahead and light some coals and get back to you. Alright, so while my coals are going, I just decided to go ahead and show you the kind of cool thing about foiling this bowl. So if you can see, it's got a little kind of half moon shape all the way around on the outside of the bowl port, and not bowl port, but just bowl itself, and that helps really tighten the foil. So I'm going to show you what I mean there. You can see right here, I'll just be pushing down on that little thing, and it gets the foil super tight. And I usually run my thumb along the top and drum tight. Now, one of the weird things I do is, for one, I really don't like covering up this really pretty bowl with foil. And two, what people don't realize is the foil heats up a lot from the coals. So the fact that you have all this excess foil means you're really heating up the bowl a lot. So that can actually potentially burn the bowl. Not burn the bowl, but burn the tobacco in the bowl. You know what I mean. What I do, I take a cheap old knife that I don't really care anything about, and you don't got to worry about just messing up the glaze. It's almost like trying to cut glass if you try to cut through the glaze. And you're not going to be able to do that with that little knife. Now, if you have like a diamond cutter or something, yeah, probably, but, or a glass cutter. But, so, now, it looks all nice, presentable, everything like that. I'm going to go and do my holes. My coals are just about done. I usually do around 3 rings, pretty decent amount of holes. I go all the way down to the bottom, and then the last thing I do, one right in the middle, and that's just to help vent any excess heat or anything like that. But as for the pull on this bowl, it has a very wide open airflow, so you can definitely do with less holes if you like to smoke with less holes, and it shouldn't be a problem. So my coals should be ready, so I'm gonna go get those and put them in there. So, as you can see, I'm already smoking, and whew, got a little bit of a buzz there. That's weird. But, yep, I got 2 Cocoa Brickos in the Provost using my Regal Queen, Droid Hose, and, of course, the Mason Bowl. The Mason HELYX Bowl, I should say, since there's 2 of them now. And, yeah, it's just smoking fantastic. I was really worried when I first got this that the spire on there was going to be too high and I was going to get foil drag. But somehow, with the tightening of the foil, it's just perfect. You don't get any foil drag or anything like that. But I will say, unlike the Onyx bowl, the HELYX bowl is actually handmade. So Mason Bowl has a sculptor that makes all of these bowls, and so they might vary just a little bit depending on bowl to bowl. But mine fits the Apple on Top Provost absolutely perfect, but it will also fit some heat management devices just as perfect. If you saw in some of my past reviews, I think like 2 reviews ago, I actually used the the Phoenix on it, and it fit literally seamless. So it definitely has a wide variety of smoking potentials and whatnot. And the thing I think I like the most about this is the length of session that you can get from this bowl. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the thickness of the clay itself or what, but somehow I've been able to push this bowl to 4.5 hours easily. I've gone 3 rounds of coals in the Provost itself, and that got me to 4 hours. I've actually gotten up to like 3.5 rounds of coals, which got me close to 5 hours. And I mean, I don't know how, but it was still smoking phenomenally until, you know, it just finally died out. One of the sad things about this bowl is the fact that since it has that little flare on the spire itself, it doesn't really let me pull out the nice perfect donuts as much as I would like. But that's just me being me and being weird. But as for, you know, will this bowl improve your session? I think it will. I've had nothing but fantastic sessions with it so far. I haven't even packed a bad bowl yet. Now, I do know this bowl is probably one of the higher priced bowls out there. It is $60. But, I mean, I think it's worth it, especially if you're a collector like me. I love collecting bowls and hookahs and stuff. My wife might not like that as much. But, yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the more beautiful bowls in my possession, and I'm happy with it, so. It smokes great, and it looks great, so it kind of hits all the marks there. If you have any questions about this bowl, please feel free to leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram at Hookah Chef, and yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say about this bowl besides the fact that I'm definitely happy that I was able to buy it early and have had it for as long as I have, so I can give you this honest review. In my opinion, this bowl is better than this one, just due to the fact that, I don't know, I feel like it's more versatile. Both can be used with foil or heat management device, but I feel like this one can be used with them better. That may be an unpopular opinion, but it's honestly my opinion, and I can't change it, so. I'm going to get out of here, enjoy this holiday with my wife and family, and yeah, I'll see you later. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. If there's anything you think I've missed, please point it out to me, ask me. I'm very active when it comes to people commenting on my videos. I always try to reply back in a timely manner, and yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. Happy Easter, everyone.